Anthony Fantano said no good art comes from the right. I'm starting to believe he's correct every single day. All right, listen, let me tell you about something. All right. And I know this is going to shake you to your core. Conservative children's books. Disgusting. I know. I'm vomiting. All right. I'm ejecting the contents of my stomach. All right. I think I'm going to be sick. I'm sick. All right. It's not good. I'm hissing. You're right. It's bad. It sucks. Now listen, I think they suck too. But recently, conservatives have started to realize that they're losing the war on being relevant politically, with Gen Z being far more left-wing than they could even possibly imagine. They think like we should pass an amendment that secures women's rights. Freaking immigrants belong in the country. God dang. The white population dropping. Nobody fucking cares, really. It doesn't really matter for anything. Goddamn, government should actually take care of the people and not like make their lives worse. You know, fucking stop spending so much money on the military. Just really evil, hard lefty things like that. Then they have like, don't they have like a more positive view on socialism than they do capitalism? That's sick. Yeah. Yeah, you fell off plus white plus L plus ratio. True. The Gen Z is saying this. And so with conservatives, now they realize, oh my gosh, us ruining the world and making it terrible for like young people, they don't like us. We have to do something. And so what they decided to do was make propaganda. Do what conservatives do best. Do propaganda. And so now what they've done, their new frontier, you may have seen it recently. You may have noticed it, where they want to move in to children, and they want to get into children's books and a lot of children media, right? And so what PragerU did, and we've covered some of it, PragerU started to make like a children in school series. The PragerU doesn't only want to be in children's books, they want to be in schools. And unfortunately, some like hard right schools have actually picked up some of PragerU's work. And the way that they lie about history is now being taught to some kids. And that's unfortunate. Thankfully, that isn't happening very much. And as those kids move through the, education system, they'll be shown not lies. So that'll be good. But they're trying their darndest. Now, here's some right-wing indoctrination propaganda, okay, that they're putting in children's books. Pause off my cannon. As we see here, there's a monkey with a coconut cannon. And he loves his coconut cannon, okay? He has the right to bear his coconut cannon. Everybody needs a coconut cannon, all right? And the more coconut cannons we have, the safer we can be. Coconut Monkey Rambo, definitely. You're right, that is Vouch. Yeah, Coconut Island. You're right. POV, you wake up second on Coconut Island. This story follows Bongo, a daring and hungry gorilla who loves eating food, especially mushroom-shaped cupcakes. He's gay. Anyways. More than spots and stripes. Ooh, baby. Topic, the harmfulness of CRT. The Hodge twins tackle the harmfulness of critical race theory in this story. More than spots and stripes. As you can see, my leopard friend, you were never really oppressed. And if you were, it was a long time ago and no one supported it. And if they did, I'll defend it anyways. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, like zoomed in, it looks like they didn't even finish drawing her mouth. It's like half a mouth. I don't like it. That's weird. Makes me uncomfy. All right. We have, don't worry, we have more. Fame, blame, and the raft of shame. Cancel culture. Oh my gosh. Not cool, bro.
This meme is very real.
You have to do the challenge. You have to jump off the... You have to jump off the cliff of cancel culture and into the sea of getting banned from Twitter. And if not, you're going to have to walk the dock of shame and board the boat of losers. What's up with the B tier furry art? This is furry art, just so you know. This is the author's thinly veiled fetish that we have going on right here. Dan Crenshaw explores cancel culture and the effect it has on society, while today's culture presents canceling others. Man, you could do something bad in the past, but we have to remember you can never be held accountable for that. If you do something in the past, just remember, as long as it doesn't bother me, I'll make sure that you'll never face any repercussions for the things that you do wrong. All right. And if we do, that's canceling. Dude, I can't believe they actually picked up Crankshaft. They literally picked up Crankshaft for this. Oh, here we go. They have communism too, obviously. The island of free ice cream. The problem with free ice cream is at one point you run out of somebody else's cream. Oh, no. Anti-communism take a dive into the idea of capitalism versus communism and the story of the island of free ice cream. Holy shit, they literally stole this from fucking Flapjack, man. Come with me, we'll go and see a place called Candied Island. Yeah, that's true. That's true. These freaking losers out here trying to hate on ice cream. These conservatives they're just upset that the new generation of people realize that giving all of their money to rich people doesn't make their lives better. They're big mad. I'm bing chilling, okay, with my ice cream. I love the land of milk and honey and free ice cream. Yeah, Coconut Island versus Ice Cream Island. The big wars. They're big mad. I'm bing chilling. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, Shark, what does this have to do with Matt Walsh? Let me tell you what it has to do with Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh is a children's book author now. Matt Walsh decided, after he made his video arguing against children having consent over who touches them and who doesn't, Matt Walsh wanted to get a little bit more into children's affairs by now making children's books and appearing more in preschools and daycares to read his children's books to more children. He wants to be around as many children as possible and get as much time as he wants with them. And a lot of the times, hopefully even unsupervised, to stop, some people from going in and, interfering with the hard work that he does with kids. But before we tackle that, I want to touch on one thing, okay? One thing. Just real quick, all right? Just one thing. Small reminder about what Matt Walsh has said about consent. Oh, what is this?
My kids consent all the time in the sense that I force them to do things they don't want to do. I violate.
I remember. Oh, classic Matt Walsh banger. Classic Matt Walsh banger. Classic. Hey, if you want to see that entirety of that and also our response to that, make sure you can check out the video. It should be, wait, where am I? Right here. It should be popping up here sometime. You can click on that. You can watch the video. That's for my YouTube frogs, not you guys. Anyways, when we go back to children, let's talk about Matt Walsh for a little bit more, okay? Here's what he had to say on Catholicism and the Catholic Church. Now, if you remember, the Catholic Church has been having a little bit of a tumultuous time when it comes to their actions as a whole with children. If you remember, there were some bad memes that happened with clergymen, Catholic Church members, and children, or young people who are in the care of those Catholic people. It's been a problem that we care about recently. It's been a big problem for a while. It's been a problem that we actually care about recently. With that being said, Matt Walsh wanted to chime in on this a little bit, okay? He was really upset. With the idea that people are getting so mad about the Catholic Church and how they allow this stuff to keep happening. So he wanted to comment on this. And I got to tell you, two of Matt Walsh's biggest hurdles are coming here. All right. His want to defend the Catholic Church no matter what. And also his hate for gay people. OK, they clash here. All right. An immovable object meets an unstoppable force. All right. And I have to tell you, it didn't end up well. Let's talk about it real quick. The pedophile scandal in the Catholic Church is not a pedophile scandal. Off the bat, what the hell are you saying, man? Can we touch can we touch on this for real quick? All right, here we go. Beautiful. There we go. So that's true. I am also pressing X to doubt. The pedo scandal is not a pedo scandal. There is no pedo scandal in the Catholic Church. There's never been a pedo scandal in the Catholic Church. All right, bud. Sure, buddy. Actually, yeah, it's actually hebophilia or what? Ebophilia? I literally don't know. It's one of the two where they're like, they come up with a new word for not literally children, but just adolescents. Cool memes, bro. Cool memes. Oh, I see we have anime fans. See, the pedos are not the pedos, as you can see. The vast majority of the victims are post-pubescent teens and young men. What distinction does this make? See, as you can see, they're not actually 5 years old. They're actually 12, bro. Okay, what, or my bad, what, 14, 15, 16? Is that better? Is that better for you? Are you like, bro, come on. This is pedophilia for like a 45-year-old man to lust over a 14-year-old. Come on, it's not pedophilia. I got post-pubescent. Come on. So it gets worse. The real problem in the church that everyone sees and few will say out loud, gay people. All right. Little did you guys know. All right. Broke pedophiles are in the Catholic Church. Woke gay people are in the Catholic Church. This truly, yeah, 100%, definitely. Oh yeah, and 100% he's on the men cannot be assaulted train. I wouldn't even doubt it. No pedos in Boston say. The media has been trying to separate homosexuality from the Catholic Church scandal for years. This is nonsense. Of course, the problem started precisely when they began admitting large numbers of homosexuals into priesthood. As an example, the latest big wig to be exposed is Cardinal McCarrick, who was accused of assaulting a child, but most of the stories have come out about him involve sexual relationships with seminarians. That ain't pedophilia. Where's my phone? I need to call the fucking police. He lives in Tennessee, right? That's like a state away from me. He lives in Tennessee, right? We need to, hello, police? Excuse me? This is disgusting. Why are you whitewashing what they're doing? Why? What do you gain from this? Genuinely, what do you gain from this? All right. It blows my mind. Okay. That Matt Walsh sat here. This is web client too. Okay. Just so you know, this is a web client Twitter. All right. He's not like, he didn't roll up out of bed. Okay. To tweet this out. No. My man was at his work desk. And he decided to tweet this out from his either laptop or desktop. He knows what's happening, okay? Matt Walsh, all right, is like in the fight between gay people and pedophilia. Matt Walsh has taken critical support for pedophilia against gay people, okay? Just so we all understand where we are right now, all right? I don't want it to be lost to anyone. Matt Walsh is running interference for pedophilia specifically for the only reason to bash on gay people. And that's it. And just so you know, the tens of thousands of, have we gone to 100,000 of kids that have come out with reports against people in the Catholic Church? With the thousands upon thousands, countless numbers of kids who've come out against what happened to them when they were kids. This is not something that just started happening when they started admitting large numbers of homosexuals, okay? This has been a problem that's been spanning hundreds of years, okay? It's not that now it started to happen, it's now we've started to care about it. Now we've started to say it's a problem. Now we've started to actually crack down on it. Now, and just very easily, now we've started to care a little bit more about boys, males being assaulted, taken advantage of sexually, emotionally, all of these certain things, okay? We've only now started to care. Wow. Man, I undershot it. French church abused 216,000 children. 216,000. Bro, how do you do that? That's so many. How? Like you guys got to be like working around the clock for this to happen. You guys are like, oh my gosh. Out of the inquiry, at least 2,900 to 3,200 abusers accused the Catholic Church of cruel indifference towards victims. Yeah, I can see that. 100%. This has been something that's been happening for a long time, okay? Not recently. The inquiry found that 60% of men and women who were abused had gone on to encounter major problems in their emotional or sexual lives. Yeah, I can imagine for stuff that you did. Man, who knew abusing children hurts them? Who could have seen this coming? literally wants to kind of sweep this under the rug and downplay the severity of it, specifically just to bash on gay people. This has happened for so long. Yeah, and that inquiry was done between the 1950s and 2020. And okay, so 1950 and 2020, just so you know, the Catholic Church wasn't too big on gay people in the 1950s and prior to that. And in the 1900s, just imagine everything that happened in the 1900s, just generally, that they don't have a hold on. As far as I know, gay people weren't really big in the Catholic. They weren't really accepted with open arms into the Catholic Church, okay? Not really, especially to be clergymen. That didn't happen. He's a buffoon. He's an idiot who's either knowingly or unknowingly literally downplaying the harmfulness of pedophilia in the church and the rampantness of pedophilia in the church just because he hates gay people. So this leads us to Act 2 of the situation at hand. After this, Matt Walsh decided to be more involved with children. He decided to become a children's author. Okay? And he released this video of him reading to children. Wow, look at Wet Walsh. Johnny the Walrus, read along with Matt Walsh. Ooh, baby. Oh man, I'm so excited. I bet Matt Walsh has some great things to say for these kids, huh? I love how why does everyone do this? Why? I don't get it. Why is this so ubiquitous? Nothing I do is performative. Here, one second.
Very real.
Nothing I do is performative.
Why? Every single time, it's the same thing. It's literally this. Why? Why do you always pick this sound effect? They just go children cheering and then just pick this one. Why? Even the new Space Jam used this. Why? But there's more out there. I know it's free, but there has to be more. This isn't the only one. This isn't the only time they've ever found kids cheering, okay? There has to be more. There has to be. But they never want to pick it. It's just this. It's always this. Yeah, Audio Jungle. Why? Pick something else, please. I hate it.
Okay. Hello, boys and girls. My name is Matt Walsh. I am a children's author, and I've written a book called Johnny the Walrus.
What am I looking at? Holy shit, is this like brown-haired Killua? Oh my goodness. What is this? What's happening right now? No, don't tell me that this is going to be an anti-trans book. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Maximize profits. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not good.
This book is all about identity and imagination. What is identity? Does anyone know what identity means?
No.
Do you know? You know what identity is? No? Okay. It's who you are, right? That's what it means. Now, who likes to pretend to be things? Is there anything you like to pretend to be? How about in the back?
I like to pretend to be
A ninja. That's a good one. What about you? All right. Well, we
Nice.
all like to use our imagination. Sometimes I use my imagination. I pretend to be a monster. I chase my kids around because I'm big and ugly, so I could be a monster.
Damn, I mean, at least he said it, not me. Based. I'm a monster to my true. He is a monster to his kids, and he violates their consent many times. He says this. What a creep. He is so weird. Everyone from Daily Wire is the weirdest possible person. They're so weird.
That's what this book is about. It's all about a boy who pretends to be a walrus. He identifies as a walrus, and his mom's a little silly. She takes it seriously and thinks he really is a walrus. That's silly, isn't it?
So what's
Man, that's silly. Almost as silly as this idea that people are pretending. You know what's really great? Every single time, because it's always conservative guys who make this argument. It really tells you a lot because they all think that men and women are as different from each other than men and walruses. What was that like weirdo British Dan Bull ripoff rap dude? He said that men and women are as different as men and bats. Apparently when I see a woman, she is as different to me as I am to a literal walrus. Now, me personally, I think women are people, and they're really not that much different from guys. And we're a little bit, you got to think a little bit harder about identity, sex, gender, all of these things, because they're all different. All of them are different. They're close, but they're all different from each other. You got to think a little bit harder than that to actually form something that's not a dog shit, meaningless talking point. All right. Dan Bull. Yeah.
Is this thing doing on the floor?
We don't have to worry about that. We're going to read the book now. Okay.
He's like, shut the fuck up,
Johnny's a boy with a big imagination. One day he's a dog.
Wait, why is this art so ass? Did he do this? Yo, wait, this is so lazy. No, he did this in like a single afternoon. How cheap can you get? At least try. I don't like this picture. I don't like this at all. How to draw manga. I don't like this picture. Yeah, he did this in fucking MS Paint. Someone else did. He literally paid someone on Fiverr $30 to do this. Maybe, honestly, maybe even less. I know the people on Fiverr be charging like literally nothing. Maybe like $10 for all of this. Maybe got a kid to do it. That's true. He violated the consent of a child and made them draw.
The next day, a crustacean. It's like a crab or a lobster. One morning, he came downstairs barking and clapping. Wood spoons for tusks and sock fins a flapping. He had spoons in his mouth. He was pretending to be a walrus.
Wait, he's trying to rhyme?
I'm Johnny the Walrus, he said with a roar. The wood floor's my ocean. The carpet's my shore.
Yes, we all know that trans people and what? Going to the bathroom? What? Like going to the bank? What else is like all of that? Trans people. Yes, trans people going to the local ATM is just like a child pretending to be a walrus swimming on the floor and saying it's an ocean. Definitely 100% sure. The next Dr. Seuss. That's true. And he'll be canceled just like Dr. Seuss.
He's swimming around like a walrus. Isn't that silly? Johnny's mom loves her son's make-believe time. You're Johnny the Walrus till you change your mind, Mommy says. But Johnny's mom's phone said it's not just pretend. So she went on her phone, and there are people telling her that this isn't pretend. He's really a walrus. Only a bigot would say that. How dare you offend?
No, wait, she got ratioed. No, wait. He literally, it's everything to them. Getting ratioed on Twitter is everything. Getting downvotes on Facebook it's their world, man. What's happening? How can you be such a loser? Why? Everything. Look, it's literally, this is it. Look, oh no. She's falling apart, man. Oh, look at the abuse. No, she's getting downvoted on Facebook. What a loser. Come on, please. Every single time with this. It really isn't that bad. Whoa, ratio boo. Did I scare you? Shut the fuck up. It's so lame.
Pretend. So she went on her phone, and there are people telling her that this isn't pretend. He's really a walrus. Only a bigot would say that. How dare you offend? What's a bigot? Anybody know? Mommy was told to take John for a checkup. All these people are holding signs. Johnny is a real walrus, one sign says. Human walruses are real walruses. Let Johnny transition. All these
human walruses are we what? No, oh no, the mask is coming off. Let Johnny transition. He gonna transition from man to walrus. You can't do that. He doesn't have walrus chromosomes. He doesn't have he has XY chromosomes, not WW chromosomes like walruses do. It's not true. Next you're gonna tell me he can go to the walrus bathroom with my walrus daughter. Yeah. All right, buddy. Just freaking coping and seething while writing this. My goodness.
You'll need to eat worms and to put on gray makeup. The worms give you whiskers, the gray blends you in, the doctor says. And a simple procedure cuts feet into fins.
Nobody's cutting anything off any children. Oh, my bad. Except for people who want circumcisions. Other than that, there are no doctors just cutting shit off of kids because they come cartwheeling into the doctor's office. I love this. I love the anti-science here, okay? I love look, oh no, wait, look. Look, it's woke doctor. No, it's my bad. I was gonna say miss, but that'd be misgendering. Mix woke doctor who goes by xenogender neo pronoun. Mix woke doctor with the, as you can see, they graduated from Twitter. That's why they have the Twitter check mark. Yes, that's where all doctors come from. Twitter. 100%. They've got the woke check. Oh no, and she collects plants. Oh my goodness, it's all falling apart. So as you can see, what I love the most out of all of this is how they're explicitly anti-science. They're anti-medicine, anti-science, all of it. Okay, it reminds me of when Ben Shapiro went up against Danny, and Danny got him to say that he doesn't care about like science. It doesn't matter to him. Science doesn't mean anything. And Matt Walsh is insane. Don't ever trust Matt Walsh when he says like science is just what it is. Whatever Matt Walsh wants reality to be, it is. Like reality can be whatever I want. That's literally Matt Walsh, because every single doctor can go to this man and tell him and give him the great rundown of gender and sex and sexuality and all of these things, because once again, they're different. And like being trans and all of this certain stuff and like the surgery, he can go all through all of that. It would go in one ear and out the other because it doesn't matter to him. He has a belief of the world, and no amount of science is going to change his mind. That's why they denigrate people like this. This is why they call them white coats. That's why they call them woke. And that's why they like make fun of them in this way, because they don't care about the doctors. They think the doctors are lying. They're better than doctors. A simple Google search is better than doctors. Oh, just what my big smart conservative brain is just better than doctors. Oh, who cares about the hundreds of years of research that go in behind this? It doesn't matter. It never has. It never will. And that's why, and they don't even understand the topic at hand. And that's why you get such stupid comparisons as men and women, and transitioning between the two are as wild and as hard to do as becoming a literal walrus. I just think that's strange. It's just weird. Once again, I think women are people, and I do not think that they are as different from me as walruses are, personally. $1,000. This loser self-loathing beats off the trans. Oh yeah, just like Alex Jones.
Doctor says. And a simple procedure cuts feet into fins. The doctor wants to cut into Johnny and make him into a walrus.
That's scary.
Oh, no.
It's gross eating worms, Mom. They're all so dang twitchy. He doesn't want to eat worms.
It's not bad for you.
I thought I didn't eat worms, but I did.
Wood spoons kind of hurt, and the makeup is itchy.
So wait, so was this kid a walrus or not? What's happening? So you think trans people are like, oh no, I have to take E, I have to take T. Oh no. No, they're not. No, they're not, bro. I'm on Twitter all the time. Like once a trans person gets their like hormones in, they're freaking doing cartwheels and bouncing off the walls. They love that shit. They drink it for supper. Okay. I don't know what this is about. I don't know where this came from, but you know, whatever, I guess. You're dumb as fuck. Here's the thing. No children are getting any permanent surgeries to change their gender or anything. No children are getting anything permanent to change their gender. The closest thing that you can get to this is puberty blockers, which once again, puberty blockers have been used on cis kids forever, especially ones that are having puberty early. Okay, but hey, listen, maybe that's why Matt Walsh doesn't like puberty blockers too, because the faster kids go through puberty, the easier he can defend the priests who assault them at church. Okay, so maybe, hey, listen, maybe I see it. It's all coming full circle. At least he's consistent. Isn't that right? At least he's consistent. So that's the closest that you can get. Okay, to anything like this. So now he's like, oh no, the second they start transitioning or doing anything, they're going to regret it. Listen, if a kid takes puberty blockers and then regrets it the next day, they can just stop. You know how that works? It just stops. Also, you don't like throw a kid into a single room with one checkup with a doctor and then instantly get like trans diagnosis or like get on puberty blockers or anything. Don't you have to go, even when you're kids, don't you have to go through a lot of like psych tests? Isn't that true? Like, don't you have to go through a bunch of psych tests for them to even consider something like that? It's like years and years. Here, listen, I have ADHD, okay? I have ADHD, and I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was in baby mode. All right. And so when I was little and my parents figured out that there was something wrong with me and took me in, they didn't just like throw me into the room and the doctor's like, yeah, this kid's fucked up. And then they start like pumping me full of pills. That didn't happen. You know what happened? I went through months of psych tests and checkups and therapy and over and over and over again and doctor's visits. And this has happened so much, months. And it's just for simply ADHD. That's it. It was just hard for me to sit still in my chair, and I talked too much during class, so they wanted to put meds in me. Okay, that's it. It was not even anything as serious as like possibly being trans, because that's a really big thing on like your psyche and your physical body. This doesn't just happen. Anybody who just thinks it happens is stupid. You are stupid. You're a dumb person. Not only do you not know anything about how doctors handle kids who present being trans, or could possibly, you don't know anything about doctors in general. And at least that makes sense for a lot of conservatives who didn't go to the doctor to think about even getting the COVID shot, or them just fucking keeling over dead over shit that could be easily curable because they just don't care. At least that makes a little bit more sense here, but doesn't happen. You go through years before they even consider puberty blockers. And honestly, there are a decent amount of kids who during that time of going through with test after test after test after test after test for years, they're like, yeah, I don't feel like this anymore. And then you know what happens? They just move on. They just move on with their life. I think it's better to catch this sort of stuff earlier, more precisely when they're younger, and then be able to make the choice when they're older if they want to continue with transitioning. It's very easy. It's a very simple thing to do. Okay? Any kid who's been on puberty blockers, they come off puberty blockers, they go into puberty. That's it. You can go into puberty a little bit later. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Maybe you'll be like a little bit smaller. Maybe some girls who take puberty blockers for like a couple years, they'll be in high school and they have no boobie. Maybe the guys will go into take puberty blockers for a couple years. They'll be in like 8th grade or something, and they'll, their balls haven't dropped. What the fuck ever. But I'm sorry. I think it's better to catch these things early. That helps the kids in the long run if they choose to make the decision in the future for you to transition, because it's just better. But it's not like Matt Walsh cares about this. It's not like Ben Shapiro cares about this. They've never cared about science. As long as science agrees with them, they're going to keep pushing it. I don't agree with all this stuff just because it's like a funny meme. Trans people don't exist because it's just like a haha funny joke. They thought it would be like super pog or something. That's not what happens. This isn't the world that we live in. Not only is it genuinely how people feel, it is also backed up by science. So you're just stupid. Sorry. Oh, he also has a self-insert, just so you know. He's in there. Oh my gosh, look, it's Super Walsh. Ma'am, that's a boy with wood spoons in his mouth, not a walrus. Oh my gosh, it's Chad Matt Walsh. Chad Matt Walsh, here to lay the smack down on the transgenders. He even has a name tag just so you know who he is. Oh, he's so freaking cool. He has sunglasses and a big stick. Massive stick. What? Walsh, put the stick away. Children are here. Weirdo. Freak. What are you doing? Who do you think you are? You're insane, man. I hate this. I don't like this. You always know that he's got to have a super Chad self-insert who's the cool guy, He knows what's going on. I'm only 5'7". I mean, it's okay to be 5'7". You'll survive. You'll survive. I'm 5'9", so I'm chilling, but I'm being chilling. You got that Teddy Roosevelt big stick? He does not speak softly. If women were walruses, what does that mean? Matt Walsh was the bone of walrus. Matt Walsh wants to have sex with creatures that are as different from him as walruses are. That's true. That's a factual statement. Matt Walsh wants to have sex and sexual relations and relationships with living beings that are as different to him as walruses are. That's weird. I don't like that. Monster. Yeah, maybe he has a monster kink. He loves his monster girls. He loves his walrus girls. Ain't that right? It's just facts. It's just a factual statement. I don't know what to tell you. And so obviously after that, he went on to make another video. I'm officially a best-selling children's author. Wait, did he change the title? Oh, you piece of shit. Oh, you bitch. This fucking bitch. Wait, no, he changed the title. The title of the video was like, I now identify as a best-selling children's author. Yeah, he changed it. You dumb bitch. He changed the title. All right. The title was, I now identify as a best-selling children's author. Yeah, nice one. Nice one, bro. Super cool. Super interesting. Super cool. Listen, it's not very hard to be a best-selling author these days. Let me tell you, if Matt Walsh can do it, anyone else can too. It's really not that hard. So listen, also the term kind of means literally nothing. Listen. Matt Walsh shouldn't be around children. Matt Walsh needs to stop talking about children. It's not good. It always ends up poorly. At the end of the day, these issues are a little bit more difficult than what you can fit into a children's book to understand. There's some tenets that you can give people, but at the end of the day, this idea that like men and women are as different from each other as like women and walruses, as long as you're just like kind of a normal person, this will go over your head. This is so disjointed. This shows such an incredible lack of understanding of these topics that honestly, I would be surprised if just someone reading this in and of its face would even understand necessarily what's going on. You know what I mean? We're like weirdos who are always online and always talk about this. And if you're trans, obviously, or like have a trans friend, obviously you would be a little bit more in tune to this because that's your daily life. But normal people don't know what the fuck this is. This doesn't make any sense. This instills like no values. Except for, I guess, have no imagination. I guess, because the book never affirms having a healthy imagination. So, okay, I guess conservatives doing what conservatives do best, try to rip away imagination and kindness from kids as soon as possible for hatred, marginalization, and disdain. Isn't that cool? So cool, Matt Walsh. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, and he gets bodied, too. So apparently Amazon removes his book. Oh no, they removed. So recently, he just uploaded this. Oh no, Walsh, what happened? Amazon removes his book from the LGBT category. No, Amazon, more like wokeazon, more like soyazon. God of Matt Walsh. Oh my gosh, they'll never recover from that one, guys. What a loser.
Shark.
No, wait, no way. No. This is hilarious. Wait a second. Bro, look at this. This is so funny. Look at the people who wrote the editorial reviews. This is what it's like when you post your first ever video to YouTube and you tell all your friends and you post it in the group chat and they all give it a like. And then the video, as soon as it drops, has 5 likes and you're like, hell yeah, brother. This one's going to the moon. I'm the next Mr. Beast. What is this shit, dude? Ben, please write something for my book, please. I've read it more than once. Yeah, bud. I bet Matt Walsh sent it to you several times so he can get your affirmation reading the book. A very important piece of literature. Michael Knowles. I've read the book. It is hilarious. Wait, I've read the book and it's hilarious from Tuck. That's all you could have gotten out of Tuck? Really? That's incredible. I've read the book. It's hilarious. He can't even say good things about the book. It's funny. It's funny. The moral of the story, I don't know. It's funny. Okay. Thank you, bud. That could mean literally anything. Walsh's work and effort as a pushback against radical gender ideology, which defies biological reality. The Blaze. Thank you, The Blaze. So cool. Also, I love the fact that now they're bringing up biology, which is a science, but they hate scientists, biologists, who tell them that they're wrong. Wild, isn't it? Matt Walsh wants to beat the left at their own game. Making art? Listen, hey, do we need to pull up Jim Brewer again? Do we need another taste of what conservative art looks like? Do we need to do a little test just so we're all on the same page? Bro, where were you when my video had 5 likes? Making 5 accounts, bro. Yeah, this is him making 5 accounts. It's a perfect metaphor for the child abuse that is providing gender affirming care to confused children. Thank you, Western Journal. So incredibly cool. Once again, they're just stupid. They have no idea what's happening. That's why this makes no sense. This is wild. All right, well, after him pushing his book to all of his besties so they can all buy a copy to push him up to the top, Matt Walsh has been removed from... this is what they did. They removed his book from the LGBT category to the political commentary category, where it belongs, dumbass. What are you talking about? I can't believe they put my political commentary in political commentary.